No, we don't know where it will lead. We just know there's something much bigger than any of us here. I think this is the start of something really big. Sometimes that first step is the hardest one, and we've just taken it. The smallest company in the world can look as large as the largest company on the web. You've got to start with the customer experience and work back toward the technology, not the other way around. And you've got to be willing to fail. You got to be ready to crash and burn, with people on the phone, with starting a company, with whatever. If you're afraid of failing, you won't get very far. We are very careful about what features we add, because we can't take them away. Each year has been so robust with problems, and successes and learning experiences and human experiences, that a year is a lifetime at Apple. Most people don't get those experiences, because they never ask. I've never found anybody that didn't want to help me, if I asked them for help. If you just sit and observe, you will see how restless your mind is. If you try to calm it, it only makes it worse, but over time it does calm, and when it does, there's room to hear more subtle things. That's when your intuition starts to blossom, and you start to see things more clearly, and be in the present more. Your mind just slows down, and you see a tremendous expanse at the moment. You see so much more than you could see before. It's a discipline. You have to practice it. There is a tremendous amount of craftsmanship between a great idea and a great product. The really great person will keep on going and find the key, underlying principle of the problem and come up with a beautifully elegant solution that works. We figured even if we crash and burn and lose everything, the experience will have been worth 10 times the cost. The Lisa people wanted to do something great. And the Mac people want to do something insanely great. The difference shows. People who know what they're talking about don't need PowerPoint. Now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. The only thing you have in your life is time. If you invest that time in yourself to have great experiences that are going to enrich you, then you can't possibly lose. People judge you on your performance, so focus on the outcome. We were really working 14 to 18-hour days, 7 days a week. For like 2 years, 3 years. That was our life. But we loved it, we were young, and we could do it. One way to remember who you are is to remember who your heroes are. You should never start a company with a goal of getting rich. Your goal should be making something you believe in and making a company that will last. I always advise people, don't wait. Do something when you are young, when you have nothing to lose, and keep that in mind. You can't just ask customers what they want and then try to give that to them. By the time you get it built, they'll want something new. I think all of us need to be on guard against arrogance which knocks at the door whenever you're successful. Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. We do no market research. We don't hire consultants. We just want to make great products. Ultimately, it comes down to taste. It comes down to trying to expose yourself to the best things that humans have done, and then try to bring those things into what you're doing. In the broadest context, the goal is to seek enlightenment, however you define it. If you don't love it, you're going to fail. Picasso had a saying, good artists copy, great artists steal, and we have always been shameless about stealing great ideas. My model for business is the Beatles. They were four guys that kept each other's negative tendencies in check. They balanced each other. And the total was greater than the sum of the parts. Focusing is about saying no. And you've got to say no, no, no. When you say no, you piss off people. I do not adopt softness towards others because I want to make them better. I don't mind being wrong, and I'll admit that I'm wrong a lot. It doesn't really matter to me too much. What matters to me is that we do the right thing. The doers are the major thinkers. The people that really create the things that change this industry are both the thinker and doer in one person. Even if we lose our money, we'll have a company. For once in our lives, we'll have a company. Sometimes life is going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. Get closer than ever to your customers. So close that you tell them what they need well before they realize it themselves. Technology is nothing. What's important is that you have a faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world. Try not to bash into the walls too much. Try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. Everything around you that you call life was made up of people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again. It's really hard to design products by focus groups. A lot of times, people don't know what they want until you show it to them. Details matter, it's worth waiting to get it right. Things don't have to change the world to be important. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Creativity is just connecting things.